Hey guys, what's up? This is going to be a multi-tool review, actually a recommendation. It's going to be on the Gerber Dime. I've had this Gerber Dime now for about 5 months, using it constantly, and I absolutely love it. It's been a great light-duty multi-tool. Here's the multi-tool itself. You can see how small it is. This is definitely a multi-tool that you can integrate into your EDC. So let's get started on the Gerber Dime. We'll pull it off to the side, but first we're going to go over the package here. I kept it. This is the front of it. Gerber Dime Tactical. And you can find this, at least I did, at my local academy, Sports and Outdoors. Just to prove, I have the receipt. Academy, and you can see I bought it in August 13, 2012. And there it is, the Gerber Dime Black for $19.99. So, have proof. The package just will kind of grab your eye in the store. Excuse me, at least it did me. I saw a review, they're nothing fancy, it was a quick, small review. I'm not even sure if he really carried it as long as he said he did. But what interested me most on the Dime was what it has to offer, and it offers everything that I wanted in a multi-tool, at least everything I needed to go in my pocket. If y'all hear the sound in the background, I got a small heater going, so sorry if it's annoying. Yeah. The front of the package you saw, it says it has 12 tools. That's kind of a lie, because it's kind of counting one tool as 3, and that I believe would be this one right here. It's really just, you know, 1. So don't let it fool you. But we'll get all over that, everything it has to offer. But for $20 $20 light multi-tool, it's actually pretty good. So we'll put the package here, actually out of the way, and we'll bring in the multi-tool itself. So here's the Gerber Dime. It's very small. And just for comparison, we'll throw up a Kershaw Skyline. So there's your size comparison. So yeah, it's pretty compact for what it has to offer. It's got an anodized coating on it with these aluminum scales. I want to say they're aluminum, because where some of the anodized wore off, it's pretty shiny. Lightweight, 2.4 ounces, and we'll hit that here in a minute. At least this is what the package was telling me. Right here on the back side. 2.2 ounces, excuse me. So starting off the front side of this, you'll see where it says Gerber Dime. And right here you're going to have access to 4 tools here, just from the side. First off, you got your dedicated or mounted bottle opener, cap lifter, what do you want to call it. It's there, it's not going anywhere, you can't unfold it. But it's actually, if you do use these, come on camera, work with me. This one was actually pretty functional. I used it several times. It actually grabbed the cap pretty well. I'll leave it here, see if I can zoom in a little bit for you. There we go. It grabbed the cap pretty well. Does it get in the way of anything? I know a lot of people think it does. I didn't really see it getting in the way, grabbing on anything, or being an annoyance. It's actually very useful for what it's for, and I'll show you what it really works good with when the tool is open. But here up on the Dime side, where it says Dime, this is where you have access to your scissors. They're pretty good little shears, nothing to write home about. They're pretty small, but they work and they're functional. As you see here, they're spring assisted with a little torsion spring there. It goes up and down. Got the patent stamped on the side. And what's really cool with this is if you look here, Gerber kind of thickened this right here, this portion where your thumb goes. It's a little bit thicker than the rest. Probably be hard to see on camera. There's a good spot. You can see it's kind of fat compared to this. There's the bump out. But what that allows you to do is get your thumb up there and get a little bit more purchase on that, and you can push down. But yeah, they work really good. Use these quite often. Didn't find myself really needing them, but for things cutting tags and stuff, it actually worked quite well. And like I said, what turned me on to the Gerber Dime the most was what it has to offer. It had everything I really wanted in a multi-tool. Nothing more, nothing less. But that all changed after having a multi-tool. Now my expectations are greater. We'll get to that by the end of this video. But starting down here on the Gerber side, this is where you have your blister pack opener. It's a little angled blade there. Allows you to get into plastic blister packs, opening them. I find this was actually useful for cutting zip ties. I would lay the zip tie down in here and just kind of pull out real quick, and it would pop them right off. It's very handy. I kind of wish more multi-tools had that. This camera's not working with me. So that's the tool on the Gerber side. Also right there on the Gerber side, you'll see right here we have some tweezers. And I don't find these to be very useful at all. Like in those little pocket knives, you get these. Never really found them to be a good tweezer to get to get splinters out. They're just kind of useless. But they're there if you want them. And they tuck away right back from the back side. You didn't see that. You see them go back inside here. That's tucked right there inside of that scale. So now we'll flip over to this side with the sword and shield from Gerber logo. As you see, the cap lifter still going nowhere. But on this side with the sword and shield is your little sheep's foot chisel ground blade. This blade is actually very useful. I'm glad they went with this the sheep foot design. They give it that roll cut in the belly. I gotta get something in the background. But that blade actually works very well. I used it very, probably used this the most out of anything on the, I take that back. I probably use the second the most on anything on this multi-tool. Because of its nice little chisel ground and has that nice little point up top. You can see that there. It's that nice little point. It's very nice to be able to stick that on paper and just push that down and just kind of drag that across, and it would cut very well. And then it had, like I said, the belly with the sheep's foot had nice roll cuts. So nice job on the blade. Easy to sharpen with a ceramic rod. Now starting on the side right here is where you'll find your drivers. First driver you have here is your full-sized or medium-sized flathead. Get it out. I have a hard time with the viewfinder. Locks into place real nice. You can see that that's actually a perfect size for what you would use day to day. Perfect length. It's not too long or too short. And you can kind of see there in the light where they kind of ground the flathead part in to make it thinner than the rest. See on the side too, they did on both sides, which is pretty sweet. Like that. And over here, fold that up, you'll find the two-dimensional Phillips driver with your file one direction, and you have your crosshatch lanyard out the way, your crosshatch file on the back side. Like I said, two-dimensional flathead Phillips, two-dimensional Phillips driver, also tapered in on both sides. You also can use this for, you know, a mini flathead. The drivers are what I use the most. Found myself needing to use. They both work great on optics, on rifles and stuff, and you're adjusting them. It was always in my pocket when I was at the range. I was like, oh crap, I need a screwdriver. Oh wait, I have one. Also, adjusting the sights on my Ruger 10. What's that thing? Ruger 2245, the light edition. It has those adjustable sights on top. This driver is nice to have at the range. I was able to adjust them, get them sighted in better. So those came in handy a lot. And for those, it's become a reason why I still carry a multi-tool. So that's the drivers. Now we'll open it up. The lanyard I put on there, obviously. This is a something I would recommend putting on the tool itself. You'll find yourself not really needing it, but after a while you'll be finding yourself where you really want one, because it helps out a lot, and I'll show you here in a minute. Especially in your pocket, which I should mention, I carried this on my right side, just to the right of my wallet, because that my wallet had a gap, and I was able to just drop this in next to it, and I could grab right here and pull it out of my back pocket. So it worked very well. But here's where it comes in handy. I would usually grab my lanyard and the bottle lifter to get to the pliers, and you can pull just like that to get it open. The pliers are spring assisted. They have a little coilover spring, kind of comes over here and over here in this slab or handle scale. I found that to be very helpful with them being assisted open, especially on small set of pliers like this. The downside to these pliers, we'll get up here, this is the first down to this multi-tool, but it's because it's a light-duty multi-tool. They're very weak at the pivot. You can't put a lot of torsion onto them. Let's see if I can get him to show here. You kind of see how mine are off-centered. Just a little. They favor one side. It's because I twisted them a little bit. I had an object, I kind of grabbed onto it like this and I twisted, and it torqued them, and they haven't been right since. So they're not good for that. They're just good for holding things. You can see they kind of have a nice little design there. You got your nice little closures up front, and in the middle you have kind of a miniature set of plier, needle nose pliers, kind of, and then you have your open there. You want to grab like a little nut. Then you have wire strippers, cutters in the back side of it right here. Those do not work. So if you're getting these to cut wires and stuff, not going to happen. They don't work. At least mine don't, since I torqued them, but they never worked when I got them. So that's the downside to the multi-tool. Maybe that's a big killer for most of y'all, because you need it for the pliers. Like I said, the pliers are good for holding things, getting the small areas. They're not good for torquing or twisting, and definitely not good for wire strippers. Now, you'll see what I was talking about. I mentioned where the cap lifter and this lanyard are going to come in handy. What I found myself doing is I would take the lanyard, put it in my bottom hand, and using the cap lifter, I was able to get more of a purchase on this. I'll zoom out here. See what I'm saying? I could grab the lanyard and get this cap lifter up underneath my thumb. I was able to get more leverage off of it. So it kind of works, these two things work together. Pretty cool from Gerber. I don't know if they had that planned, or was this something to just work out. I did mention about the coating being anodized. What I didn't mention, this stuff is very tough. After 5 months, you're looking at it every day in my pocket. Nothing has really worn off of the sides of it. The only places I noticed some wear and tears on the corners. See here, you see some shiny spots there. That's about it. Just right there. And on the back side, nothing much. Just some little bit of wear on the anodize on the cap lifter from the pocket right here on the side. But that's pretty much it. I mean, maybe right here on the tweezer set. But it's a very tough multi-tool. The Gerber Dime is. Especially for $20. Please keep that in mind. $20 multi-tool. It's light duty, but you're getting every dollar. Since I've had the Dime, like I said, I've become more reliant on a multi-tool day to day. So this year for Christmas 2012, I've upgraded to a Juice S2, the new edition, the orange anodize. Kind of like a stepped up from small drivers to a little bit bigger drivers, and I'm still learning using this. I haven't really used it that much, obviously, just being January, but we'll see what happens. So the the Gerber Dime still finds its way in my back pocket every now and then. So without further ado, let's get to the weight here. Let's zoom out. Oh, a little too much. Starting to see some peg leg there. Alright, so Gerber claims this Joker's 2.2 ounces. Right here. 2.2 ounces. So we'll see how correct Gerber is. So we'll turn this Harbor Freight thing on. And then it looks like we're set for ounces. So drum roll in your head. Here we go. About 2.4 ounces for the Gerber Dime. Now, they did say 2.2 ounces. Yeah. But that's pretty close. I will give them that. I mean, they're just a small amount off. Unlike what we've seen, if you remember my somewhat recommendation on the Buck Nobleman, they're claiming it was only 3 ounces and the thing turned out to be what, 4.5 ounces, something crazy, or 5, I forget. It was way off. This is what I like from manufacturers. They're somewhat honest. 2.4, 2.2. Okay, that's a good ballpark. So very proud of Gerber on that. And now it makes me kind of, when I look at Gerbers on the shelf, I kind of go, okay, there's their weight. They got to be somewhat right, just like here on the Gerber Dime. Set that right here for you. So yeah, guys, if you don't have a multi-tool on your person day in, day out for EDC, a little too much there, sorry guys. I'm recommending this to you for, $20. You can't go wrong. That's $20 as of August 2012. I don't know what it is now. I haven't priced it. I have one. That's all that matters. If I can find one again for $20, I'll probably buy another one and just keep it. Because I am a guy for Leatherman. I'm a sucker for Leatherman. Always liked them since a kid. Never really owned one. I was kind of gawked at them, through the windows and glass enclosures at stores. But for $20, this is a good multi-tool. Now, for a more medium to heavy use multi-tool through Gerber, I wouldn't really recommend it. They start getting kind of heavy and kind of start losing their usage, if you ask me, because you can get something like this that weighs less and does pretty much the same thing. But alright guys, that was a recommendation by me, Patrick, here at Ideal Holsters. Thank you for watching. There'll be plenty more. See you later, guys.